Hi, I'm Scottejaye, a World of Warcraft classic content creator for YouTube.
I'm Holly Longdale. I'm the principal producer for WoW Classic.
So jumping straight in, Holly, I'm guessing you guys know that some of the changes you're making are hugely unnecessary in Wrath of the Lich King Classic.
Yeah, and it continues, like Burning Crusade Classic.
So there's been some data mined information that we're going to talk about today, and it looks like we've seen the starting level of gear that you're going to get on your boosted character when you boost to level 70. So Holly, this gear has followed the trend of the communal gear, which was absolutely shocking and quite painful to level with. Is there a reason you've followed that same trend?
It's just incredible, isn't it?
So people actually want these really badly geared characters that they've just spent £6,000 on to boost?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. So tell us why there's no Dungeon Finder.
How we envision Classic, Dungeon Finder is not a good fit for our community.
But GDKP's Plague in the End Game is?
Yeah.
All right then. What about the game though, in general? The general feel of how we all, how much enjoyment we get, like fun. Like ultimately you want there to be lots of fun in the game.
So we'd listen to the community and we'd remove that.
Oh, a really cool thing that it looks like you're doing, I know you can't say too much at the moment, but it looks like you're giving us the TCG mounts, the mounts and pets. So the trading card game that used to exist, you could get rare cards and then you could redeem them in-game, as you know, Holly, for these mounts and pets. And it looks like you're going to give us those in Wrath of the Lich King, because they've been data mined by Wowhead.
But also there's another side of this where we are going to charge a real money fee.
Oh, right. Not for free then. Well, thanks for talking to me, Holly. That was great. Sorry about that. Just wanted to have a little bit of fun. But we are back and we've got some very interesting news. So it's not news because it's not official, so I shouldn't label it as news. But Wowhead have data mined a whole bunch of items that I want to just talk about. One of them is going to be the boosted set of gear. So you might have seen videos out there on YouTube. I've seen multiple people make them over the last month or so about the gear that your boosted character is going to start with. And they was using the beta template character, which we knew that weren't going to be what the gear was. Obviously, it's going to be equivalent to communal gear, but level 70. We've got a good idea of what that's going to be because the green items have been found. And it's called the collective set. So we're assuming it's going to be the boosted set. We'll have a little look at how garbage that is. And then the TCG items have been data mined. So the fact that they've been data mined means that they've been put in a recent build. So it's not like they've been there since Wrath Classic has been in development. They've only recently been added, which is interesting. And I want to speculate a little bit at why that might be. But first of all, as you can see here, in the most recent build for Wrath Classic 3.4.0.44930, why so long? We've data mined some new items for boosted characters, spell name changes for warlocks, and some hints at possible items to be included in a future bundle for Wrath of the Lich King Classic. So the new collective gear for boosted characters. So this is a little bit of speculation, but I think it's fair to say that it probably is going to be for boosted characters, because only a boosted character would get gear so bad. So here's some example pieces like a leather head. So this would be for your boomies or your resto druids potentially with just straight stamina and intellect and a bit of spell power. Collective belt, which has just got some haste. Collective cloak with just crit, hit, spell power and no other stats. You can see it's pretty poor. And at the moment in the database, all there appears to be is some cloth and leather caster gear. So it could be early days for this stuff because there's still no trinkets, no weapons, no nothing like that. There's literally just 17 items when it comes to collective in the database. But overall, as you can see, they're not particularly good. And it is the sort of gear that you would expect on a boost if they was going to follow the same trend as what they did with TBC. There is a couple of interesting items here I want to highlight though, which is mainly Teleport Scroll Stormwind Harbour and Teleport Scroll Menethil Harbour. Now both of these are for Alliance obviously, so there'll be Horde counterparts that are added I'm sure. So teleporting to Menethil Harbour will take you to Howling Ford, while teleporting to Stormwind Harbour will take you to Borean Tundra. Now these haven't necessarily got to be part of the boost. They could actually be for something else, but you would assume it's just part of the boosting package, so you can go off and do some things and you've got maybe it's only a one-time use teleport back to be able to get to Northrend really quickly. Having a quick look at the item, it does stack 5 times though, so there could potentially be more than one that you start with, but we'll have to wait and see what these are actually for. Outside of those, you've got the Northrend Adventuring Supplies, which if you don't know about those, just check my questing video out that I put on last week. So these come from particularly difficult quests or the end of quest chains and things like that, and you can get a bunch of consumables in them, and just go check that video out. You actually see me open one. Some more spell name changes, so Enslaved Demon's been changed to Subjugate Demon, that's fine, and the same for the glyph, so there's no longer a glyph of Enslaved Demon. you've now got Glyph of Subjugate Demon. Thank goodness for that. Now, this is the interesting bit. So, new abilities added, well, TCG items. These are absolutely TCG items. I even own some of these myself. So, you've got Bananas, which is just a pet. You've got Big Battle Bear, Blazing Hippogriff. I don't need to go through all of these. There are some other little bits here, but we won't worry about these at the moment. We've got Dragon Kite, Ethereal Soul Trader, which is quite cool. Having a portable vendor with you at all times. I know you can get repair bots and stuff like that, but, you know, this doesn't require a profession. You got the Woolly White Rhino, X51 Never Rocket, and the Never Rocket Extreme. The thing I find interesting about the list is the actual Spectral Tiger as in the mount, which is probably the most well-known TCG item just because of its sheer value, isn't on the list. So that's a bit strange. But what could this mean? Now, alarm bells ring straight away and you instantly think in-game cash shop, which wouldn't surprise me because it wouldn't be a very difficult sell to say, well, you could get these back in Wrath of the Lich King. We need a way to add them now. So we're going to put in an in-game cash shop where you can buy any of these TCG items. And it would also make sense that that's why they've left the Spectral Tiger off, because the Spectral Tiger is that rare, they would have to charge so much that it probably wouldn't look very good. You know, the fact that they're trying to charge £200-300 for a mount, which you'd expect it to be that much if it was to come from a card, because it was one of the rarest TCG cards you could get. Think Charizard with Pokemon back in the day. But this doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be a cash shop. After this was posted, I read through the Wellhead comments and someone made a really good point. And I know they was being sarcastic and probably just joking, but they mentioned a battle pass. Now, it's something we haven't seen yet, but it's very, very common in a lot of games. So they've got a lot of systems in place now, or systems that they've used over the lifetime of WoW Classic, that they could easily get away with charging, I don't know, $4.99 a month, something like that, extra for a battle pass. So the TCG items could be a monthly reward. For being a 1 month battle pass owner, you've got the Magic Rooster. The next month, you get the Rocket Chicken, so on and so forth, until you've got them all, and they introduce another bunch of rewards. They could quite easily give you bonuses for being a Battle Pass subscriber, which aren't going to break the game. So they could give you the 50% XP buff that we've got currently. That's a Battle Pass subscriber bonus. You get that at all times. Obviously, you wouldn't want that to be active at the beginning of expansions, so they would have to put a clause in there to say it's disabled for the first 2 weeks of each Phase 1 content. But there's lots of things they could do. Access to a third talent spec for as long as you're a Battle Pass owner. Free normal riding and maybe epic ground riding for all alts that you create. If they wanted to bring something in like that, they absolutely could. I'm not saying it would be a good thing, but we've just got to look at the TCG items being available. What could it be? And I thought Battle Pass is something that I could see Blizzard doing. But Cash Shop is probably far more likely. There's a couple of things missing off here, though. The Recruiter Friend mounts would be nice to see. The 2-person rocket, the Zevra mount, and even the pets that come from Recruiter Friend as well. If they're going to open a cash shop, at least get them all on there. I want you to tell me in the comments what you think these are for. And in the spirit of giving back to you guys, because everybody that's been subscribing, thank you so much. It's been growing really quick. I'm going to pick a random comment from this video and buy you the Digital Deluxe Edition. Whatever you get with it, whether it's a mount, a boost, whatever, I will buy you the Digital Deluxe Edition if it's your comment that gets picked. It will be purely at random and there will be video evidence. So make sure you like and comment because you won't want to miss the post where I announce the winner. But overall, outside of speculating on some of this stuff, because none of it is concrete information, looking pretty good. Or bad. It depends. It depends whether you want access to those TCG items or not. It's that bit that I'm like, I just want to know. Why are they there? But definitely look forward to leveling in your rubbish green gear when you've got your boosted character. Buy all the mounts off the pet store. Like and subscribe on the channel so you don't miss any more videos. Check Rested XP to level, the fastest way of leveling in the pre-patch and in Wrath when it comes out. Links in the description, the pinned comment, and roll the outro. There's lots of ways you can support the channel to keep me here putting out World of Warcraft content and covering all future MMOs. Consider joining the channel as a member. You get access to emotes. Everyone will know you're a member when you comment on future videos because you get a nice icon next to your name. And you get access to members-only videos, which I'll be putting a lot of on the channel throughout the year. Additionally, there's a Patreon link in the description as well. Thank you for watching all the way to the end, and I'll see you on the next one.